Hi guys, my name's Seb Tudor. I'm the man on Silver Mountain, and welcome back. Today, I wanted to talk about something that you guys have come to me with a couple of times, both in regards to clients that have come to me, friends that have come to me, and I've even received at least 2 messages about this. So hopefully this is a video that you guys will find interesting. But ultimately, one of these things is, oh, pardon me. One of the things that you guys keep bringing to me is that oh Seb, you talk about all of this stuff in regards to relationships that already exist, or them ending, or like how best to make first impressions and all the rest of it. But how do I know if the person even likes me on the other end? How can I tell? You've already told me I'm not a mind reader. What is it that I should be looking out for? How can I know if I should maybe, try and progress, or maybe if I should try and take a step back? What am I looking for? And I'm like, okay, well this is a tough one, because first off, just to spell this out, everyone's different. Everyone will appreciate back in a different way. But there are kind of 4 areas, I guess, whereby you're going to see some changes if they are at least positive towards you. Now, I'm not saying that as soon as you see these, you should be like trying to jump straight into a relationship with these people or whatever else. But again, it's an indicator. It's something that maybe suggests you can push the envelope a little bit more. If you see all 4 of these things, then it might just be really useful to you to go, actually, maybe I'm doing okay, and maybe then you can actually talk to the other person about this, because the only person that can give you an answer is them. So that's a thing maybe to take on as a afterthought on these. But the first one, which I'm sure everybody has heard to one extent or another, is body language. If you've got someone who's sat there and they're open and they're kind of forward towards you and they're kind of maybe leant in a little bit, then there's a chance that actually they're enjoying being there, that they're enjoying being there with you, that they're focused on you and what you're saying and how you're interacting. They're more likely to make good eye contact with you for a little bit longer than normal, maybe. And they will pay attention to what you're saying, and they'll be positive towards you. Again, the kind of reflection in body language as well. Like if you've got your leg crossed and then a moment later they cross their legs in the same way, so it's a reflection of you, then there's a potential element of, okay, well, at least they're engaged in what you're saying. The second one, again, physical, tends to be much more in the way of touch, because you're not going to touch someone that you're not at least comfortable with, or that you at least don't feel positively towards. And so as a result, the whole touch thing is an interesting kind of thing to observe as well. But they will find more excuses to touch you, whether or not you've told a joke, and so as a result, in leaning in laughing at you, they are likely to just touch your hand or touch your shoulder or something like that, as a sign of acknowledgement that they approve. And it's tends to be, maybe they'll be more inclined to give you a hug, shake your hand, or whatever else, and be a little bit closer than they would otherwise. I mean, I know everyone knows the kind of semi-friendly goodbye hug where your lower bodies don't move and it's only the upper bodies that kind of arch in to go and give each other a hug. Someone is more likely to be willing to take a step in a hug like that if they are more comfortable or if they're happy with you. And so taking in when those people are maybe like a dude is more willing to maybe guide you through a door or help you through help you up, for instance, with a hand on the back, on the small of your back, or a girl is more likely to maybe touch you on the leg as a sign of approval. Those excuses to find kind of just ways to touch you, they are at the very least a sign of that person being comfortable and positive towards you, if not necessarily much more. Now the next 2 are slightly longer term, but they're bigger indicators as well. You could have someone that's just a touchy feely person, or someone that's just very engaged in the thing that you happen to be talking about at the time that can display the last two. These other two actually require a bit of effort, a bit of time, and so as a result, they tend to be better indicators, if maybe somewhat more miasmic. And so the first one is that they will invest in the relationship. Now, I've talked about investment bias before, both in regards to relationships and otherwise. But it's like they will make a commitment, and they will publicly demonstrate that commitment. For example, introducing you to friends and family, or otherwise making you a part of their life, like actually making you a part of their routine, or making you a part of a project that they're working on, or a hobby that they do, or something like that. They will try and invest in you by involving you in those things. You know, making commitments in regards to like managing their appearance and their lifestyle around you, or tending to your needs and helping you out if you need it. You know, things like that, demonstrating that they're invested, supportive, proud of the fact that you're there, even if there's not actually a relationship. You know, they want you to be there. And, you know, then it tends to be kind of a larger, more significant indicator of the fact that they're happy to have you around and that they want to be in that kind of environment with you, one that is generated between the two of you as well, not necessarily by other people. And then the last one is kind of in response to the investment, because in theory, if they're investing in you, then you should also be investing in them. It should be a two-way street. You know, it should be an even partnership, obviously. And as a result, though, the final thing is they'll demonstrate some gratitude. You know, that their investment isn't going unnoticed, and your investment therefore shouldn't either. And as a result, you know, they will try and take care of you. They'll try and make sure that you're okay. You know, it may take the form in just looking out for you, or like trying to do their fair share of work, or making sure that you're just happy and that you're okay. It might be a gift of some sort, or an experience in return for something that you have done, you know, and then, you know, it might turn into a kind of snowballing thing where it's like you both had that initial investment, one of you has thanked the other, then they're thanking you, then you're thanking them, and it just snowballs into a more positive kind of back and forth on gratitude and investment, because this is one of the things that comes across when you look at this stuff in the long term. You know, these relationships that will build from that kind of investment and gratitude and back and forth tend to be relationships that are much more about giving, and then, you know, you fall in love with that person not because you love the aspects of them that make you love yourself more, but it's the fact that you love that person because they are just a great person. Yeah, and as a result, you know, they're giving themselves as a gift to you, and you are giving yourself as a gift to them, and as a result, there's just that ball of positivity that keeps rolling. But either way, it kind of comes down to, you know, a verbal kind of thank you, or just a thanks, should probably be followed up by being positive, and like have some kind of tangible kind of caring behavior or caring kind of focus brought back across towards you, instead of it just being okay, thanks. Yeah. And then, you know, as said, that may turn into reciprocal kind of situation where you've got giving to each other back and forth over time. And so these are the four things that I would say look out for. Obviously, the latter two, more long term. You're going to have to like hang in there and pay attention to maybe catch some of these things, because just the thank you without an obvious follow-up, like an immediate follow-up, might not twig that that's them demonstrating gratitude when the following week they do something nice for you, kind of on that kind of level, on that tangent. You know, it's paying attention to the good stuff that they're doing and the things that you may like or dislike, and going, okay, well, they're open, they touch me as much as they possibly can, but then on top of that, they introduce me to all their friends, thinking that you know, I would get on with all of them and they would love me, and it was a bit nerve-wracking, but it happened. And then, you know, since then, you know, I was really thankful for her wanting to take me out and meet all of her people from work or her friends from wherever. And so, you know, I was kind of thankful for that, and I did some stuff for her, and then she just came straight back, and the following couple of days was kind of helping me out with stuff, or she got me a gift saying that it was really nice that it was good to come with us, or you know, whatever else. You know, that kind of rolling thing is something that you need to maybe look at in retrospect rather than trying to pay attention at the time. But you know, that kind of retrospective look at it may help you then appreciate the fact that this is a good basis to then start that snowball of investment and gratitude and development along the way. But anyway, I hope you guys found that useful, because as I said, you guys have asked me about this a couple of times, and so I'm like, here it is. This is what I got. You know, as said, it's not an exact science. It's not something that stands out in and of its own right in a big way. But there you go. There you have it. There's not really much I can say more on it without going, okay, well, you've got these specifics, yeah. And even with the specifics, I can't say otherwise beyond these basic things that stand out. You know, because everyone's different. Everyone's going to show, for instance, their body language is going to be different because everyone's body is different. They may have different levels of comfort around touch, in which case the way that they look to touch you may be very different. Investment, they may have different things that they want to invest you in, or invest in them, you know, invest themselves in with you. And in regards to gratitude, people have different ways of showing it. So it's still very nebulous. I know it's probably not super helpful to every single one of you, but there it is. All I can give you is broad strokes, I'm afraid. But, you know, let me know how you get on with this. Let me know what you think about this. Are there any things that you personally, from your experience, would add to this list? You know, let me know. It'd be interesting. Maybe at some point in the future, if you guys throw a whole load at me, I'll sift through them, take a look at them, see which ones have merit, and then add to this list for another video. Who knows? But either way, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the video tomorrow. Take care. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, then please drop us a like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the video tomorrow. Take care.